All right, welcome back. Today we are sinking our teeth into the wonderfully strange world of the House of Edible Hours. It's a story that kicks off with, let's just say, a very unusual inheritance. And this quote right here is our hook. Just let that sink in. Forget sight and sound. This story is all about taste and consumption. This one line sets the entire stage for a world where memories aren't just recalled, they're savored. And grief, as you're about to find out, apparently tastes like a dark wine that's been left in the barrel for way too long. So let's meet our protagonist, a young woman named Malaura. She's about to find out that her family history isn't just complicated, it's terrifying in a way she could never, ever have imagined. Okay, so picture this. Malaura is 23 years old. She's grieving, has almost no money, and she's summoned to this estate that belonged to a grandmother she never even knew, a woman named Octavia Vetch. She arrives with basically nothing but a bag, a mirror, and a letter. And right away, things are off. The house doesn't just feel old, it feels, sentient. It can literally taste her sorrow, and it recognizes her hunger, because for this house, hunger is its native language. And just as she steps inside, the real mystery just explodes. The entire house is filled with these candles. But they're not just any candles. They're these incredibly detailed sculptures of human beings. And what's really, really unsettling are their faces. Some look peaceful, sure, but a whole lot of them are frozen in pain. Some are running. Others are just screaming. So, the reason for those screaming candles? Well, that leads us right to the dark secret at the heart of this place, and the terrible, terrible price that has to be paid just to keep it alive. So here it is, the big secret. The house eats time, and it's picky. It only consumes the wasted, painful, forgotten hours of human lives. And the women of the Vetch family, they're called keepers, and they have this bizarre ability. They can render this time, basically gather up lost moments from people and turn them into a real, tangible light, which then gets stored in those candles to be fed to the house. Now, check out this chilling justification from her grandmother, Octavia. She says, hey, we're not murderers stealing life from people. Oh no, we're gardeners, just trimming what would otherwise be lost. An hour of grief here, a day of boredom there. They claim they give purpose to meaningless moments. It's this incredibly twisted but kind of compelling moral logic that shows you how generations of these women have done this work, completely blurring the line between being a savior and being a parasite. And this chart just lays out the impossible choice Malaura gets. Look at this. She could either stay and become the new keeper, which means she'll be ageless, powerful, but she's bound to this monstrous duty. Or she can walk away, live a short, hard life, and know that her own wasted hours will be taken from her anyway. See, at the end of the day, the house always gets fed. The only question is, are you at the table or are you on the menu? So, faced with this insane ultimatum, Malaura makes a decision that's going to change everything, for the house and for herself. She decides she's going to play the game, but by a whole new set of rules. She does it. She accepts her inheritance. She agrees to be the keeper. But, and this is a huge but, she flat out refuses to be a predator like her grandmother was. She is determined to find a better way, a more ethical way to feed this house without preying on people who don't know what's happening. So, Malaura's new method? It's all based on consent. She goes out and finds people who are actively suffering, people who are drowning in grief or pain and would be happy to give those hours away. And she offers them a trade. I'll take your pain and give you relief. In exchange, she gets the fuel the house needs. It's a totally radical, compassionate way of doing things. And does it work? Oh yeah, it works. Over the next few months, she finds 17 people who willingly give her their suffering. Things like a soldier's phantom limb pain, a widow's crushing loneliness. But it's the 18th donor who is going to change absolutely everything. So Malaura's on this new ethical path, but it's about to be tested in a way she could never have seen coming. Her 18th donor isn't offering up a few years of grief. No, he's offering 3 entire centuries of pure agony. Meet Krail. This man is 317 years old. And get this, he's the last survivor of another family of time gatherers. But when his house burned down centuries ago, he lost his ability to get rid of the time he was accumulating. So for 300 years, he's been trapped in this cursed existence, unable to age, unable to die, just collecting all this time like a poison in his system. So he's been wandering the earth since he was basically a teenager, a ghost stuck in his own life. When he senses Malaura's unique power, he seeks her out, and he begs her to take his centuries of suffering, even though he knows it could completely destroy her, just so he can finally be at peace. When Malaura agrees, the influx of time is just a flood. She experiences his entire life in a flash. First, she feels the fire that took everything from him. Then, she feels 300 years of suffocating isolation, of watching everyone he ever knew or cared about just wither away and die. And finally, the sheer horror of an endless, pointless life that he could never, ever escape from. But here's the crazy part. Taking in 3 whole centuries of consciousness, it doesn't break Malaura. It transforms her. She's still herself, but now she's also more. She has all of his memories, his knowledge, in a level of power no Vetch woman has ever even dreamed of. But an act of power that immense, that does not go unnoticed. By saving Creole, Malaura has basically lit a giant beacon in the dark, and it's attracted the attention of a brand new and way more dangerous enemy. Say hello to the Consortium. For centuries, this secret society has been studying and hunting families just like the Vetches. They don't see gatherers as people. Oh no. To them, they're just fascinating specimens to be collected, preserved behind glass, and controlled for their own ends. And they make Malaura an offer that she really can't refuse. They promise her knowledge, protection, access to their archives in exchange for her complete and total cooperation. But the threat is crystal clear. If she refuses, they will take her, they will seize her house, and she will end up as just another trophy in their creepy collection. And that is where the story leaves us. Malaura, transformed, more powerful than ever, is now face to face with an enemy her family has been hiding from for generations. But armed with all of Creole's memories, she also has a secret weapon. She now knows about a lost network of other gatherer houses. So the real question is, can this one keeper, the one who chose compassion over cruelty, not only survive, but actually change the rules of this ancient hidden war?